Let's talk about skills development. I have Dr. Fred Kyei Asamoah. He's Director General, the Commission for TVET. And like I said, Monday there's an event that is happening at the UPSA auditorium. And Dr. Asamoah is here to give us some more details. Doc, good morning. Welcome to the City Breakfast Show.
Good morning, and thanks for having me.
Wonderful, wonderful. We do know that the Ghana Skills Development Fund is a challenge fund that addresses the skills needs of enterprises, right, operating in both the formal and informal sectors of the economy. We'll talk about what you're doing on Monday, but let's talk about apprenticeship training jobs that you've managed to create or give to people. Can you give us some numbers in terms of how many jobs that you've given so far?
Those studies are ongoing, but I could talk about those that we've been able to train.
Yes.
Apprenticeship training cuts across. You know, we have a national apprenticeship policy that we're going around to educate stakeholders and engage them on it. It's basically every skill training requires a hands-on training where not only what you do in the classroom, but you have to be at the industry to see the real world, the world of work, what happens, what we call workplace experience learning. So if you look across the 5-year strategic plan that has been implemented, is to sanitize the system and harmonize it. Hitherto 2017, we had all scattered institutions which was dealing with different ministries. As I'm talking to you now, we have a service, TVET service, that is to look at the pre-tertiary education delivery. We also have a commission to help regulate it. And in terms of training, the numbers, when the free secondary education started, and the numbers moved up to 24,000 plus. And as we are talking now, the enrollment to our TVET schools is 50,000 plus.
50,000 plus. I see.
Then there are other apprenticeship program or skill training programs that are going on in the country, but the government want to harmonize and be able to give the figures as you ask them. But with the Ghana TVET voucher project, we've been able to train no less than 18,000 plus mastercraft persons, apprentices, and their workers in various skill areas like the cosmetology industry, fashion, the apparel and textiles industry, construction sector, and we are adding more to include other sectors going forward because due to the implementations and the lessons learned, we are looking forward to add 50,000 new apprenticeship training under the Ghana Jobs and Skills Project and also the Ghana TVET Voucher Project. There has been extra commitment of funds. With the Ghana TVET Voucher Project, we're looking about 20 million euros. And with the Jobs and Skills Project, we're looking up to about $40 million. So all in the quest to make sure the gaps in skills that we need as a country is bridged, and also to make sure the informal sector training is simple. Because when you look at industry doesn't care about whether you got trained in the informal sector or the formal sector. Industry looks at standards. If we got to deal with electric installation, we wouldn't say because this is an informal person that is fixing it, so the standards is different. If this is formal person, no. If you got to deal with auto, you can't you cannot allow somebody to fix your car because the person is in formal sector, he can fix and kill you. Or the person is a formal sector, he can fix and kill you. So the standards are also we want to bridge it. The good thing and the good news in Ghana is that Ghanaians love to learn. Okay. And the fact that we had a lot of them going to the informal sector to train means that Ghanaians love to have skills. The only thing is we have always seen them in the informal sector. So either we are underpaying them or we are overpaying them. Or that there's no responsibility and accountability between both the service provider and the one that is benefiting from the service. So all these things have been put together with the National Apprenticeship Policy, and also to make sure that there's a harmonized system to ensure certification So we've gone through the first year, 5-year strategic plan from 2018 to 2022. And this year we are evaluating it and we're working on the next strategic plan. I think on the 21st, we'll be validating the draft strategic plan. The Commission for TVET and the Ministry of Education will be validating the 5-year strategic plan, and we'll move forward for Cabinet to review, update it, and approve for implementation. I'll be looking forward to the next. We'll be looking forward to the next 5-year strategic plan for TVET. It helped if we have been doing this from independence and having strategic plan for TVET now would have been good. The students are writing examination now, TVET exam, and we have serialized the exams, and I'm excited to see the seriousness and our TVET students. Hitherto, we thought the TVET students are rowdy, and now I'm just coming from Accra Technical Training Center, the calmness in the exam. You will never think that the examination is going on, and everybody is doing their independent work. As challenging as it might be, because everything, when you start, it might have teething problems. I believe that from what I've seen and what is going on, if the country is to continue and improve on this and focus on individualizing our training, and that's what TVET does. If you do competency-based training, it's based on your strength. The fact that you can run faster doesn't mean I cannot get to the same place that you get to. So we focus on teaching and learning. So with this exam, students will have time to improve on their weakness and their strength will be enhanced. Instructors in TVET, we say facilitators, assessors, they will also be focusing on ensuring that the students are being given skills. And you can be good with your skills when you are numerate and literate. And we don't
if you can count and read.
Exactly. So it's very critical part of our TVET system. And these things that have been put together and is being worked on government is laudable. We have a lot of unsung stories as country that we need to be proud of. We shouldn't only talk about the bad things. No news means good news, but these are the things that other countries have been projecting, and it's helping to get a lot of them going to it. Now the students are happy because now the industry know that the exam is serialized, so nobody is writing the exam for the other person. When it comes to the hands-on assessment, you perform. It's not somebody going to perform for you. So at the end of the day, industry have more strength and more hope and confidence in TVET certificate.
Because
I
they
can
know
bet
that,
you,
the
we will
people
have more young
well.
ones going into TVET. Ghanaians are smart. They can be innovative. They can be creative. We have more of our learners going to TVET. They say we're able to get even 20%. We're way below 10%. Now we are about 11% thereabout. We are medium term looking to be at 20%, long term 50%. If we get there, there will be a lot of competition among the skilled trained individuals in Ghana, creativity setting, innovation setting. Then we can start having products that we can export. We have a student that is doing something that normally what we do, we tend to imitate what has been done abroad, and we do. It's good. That's the first start. But the more we do, and we have a lot of them going into it, then we'll come out with things that have never been produced. Because what we do in Ghana, normally we tend to patronize things that have been produced, and our young ones just imitate them. It's like we are always trailing them. In the fifth industrial revolution, that is so smart that you are merging biology and physics, physical structures together. It's a good thing. You get to an airport and they don't need to look at your passport. Just your iris alone can tell a lot, and you walk through. These are things that we can do if we can give the confidence as much as possible to our young ones. You and I are gone. We don't control the world anymore. The young ones, those that are in primary school, junior, secondary school, those are the ones that we need to focus on to correct the wrongs that we couldn't do. And I think for me, government is on the right path, and we need to not only applaud but encourage government to do more. Then the core is on industry. because these things that government is doing is to make the local industry successful, and the call is on industry to also collaborate with government, because when it comes to skills development, government is a big elephant. It takes a long time to turn around. Industry can just uptake new technologies and change it and review. So we need a strong collaboration with industry to do that. We've reached out. I'm happy that we have the sector skill bodies. We need to work more to make them more relevant, more vibrant, more engaging, so that at the end of the day, our TVET system will be led by industry. At least 51% should be from industry and 49% from government. For now, I can say it's about 90-something% from government, and it's not sustainable.
So we need to bring that down.
Even when there's parity is something. Because look at all the advanced countries. There's none that you can talk of that has done well with skill development, with human capital development, and is doing well economically, that the industry is not fully engaged and supporting skill training. It's only in Ghana that government is doing everything. And we always complain, and I know there's issues got to do with taxes, issue got to do with balancing your books and all that. But chicken and egg situation, we have to have a breaking point to say that, yes, government has done this. We as industry wants to meet him here halfway and find a solution. Because no matter how good you are, Citi, I know you are doing very well, you're doing fantastic, but you are not doing well because of the four walls. You are doing well because of the human capital in here. And there cannot be any promise that the human capital can continue to come if the country doesn't create this. So no matter how well you are doing as industry, you need the human capital.
You still
to
need
sustain.
more human beings to sustain.
Yes, people will be moving on to other places. So we need to train more, and especially focusing on TVET, which makes more than 80% of the skill you need to be successful.
Monday, we know you are putting out a launch, and it's an important. Just run us through briefly what exactly will be happening there, and then finally, what happens after you launch? What's the way forward?
Okay, so I think somewhere last year I came to talk about call for proposal for the Ghana Skill Development Fund. It's part of the 5-year strategic plan and government's commitment to transform TVET and to provide skills for industry. And we decided not to do the official launch, but we start off to see how it's going to work with the system. It's a rigorous and thorough exercise, because that is a lot of money. Almost $60 million government has committed to support skill development, and a dedicated fund. We don't just want to give it out and not have any returns on investment for government, and to employ people, get people employed. One of the biggest headache for government is to make sure that they create the enabling environment for industry to employ. So the Skill Development Fund is to support industry gaps with skill provision. Okay. And I'm happy to say that almost 111 entities or enterprises or associations have been fully approved, and they've signed contract. So this time we are launching something that we have already implemented it. We don't just want to implement. Sometimes you launch something and you don't implement. So really this time you come there and you can speak to people that have signed a contract, and not just only signed contract, but they have received funds, and implementation is ongoing, and we are also monitoring and evaluating whatever is being done. So on the 17th of July at the UPS auditorium, we will be doing the official launching of the fund, and to also put out the second call for proposal. Okay. We're expecting the second call for proposal to be on the 1st of August this year. And we believe that it's going to produce the outcomes that we are looking for. We expect that not less than 42,000 plus jobs will be created under this Ghana Skill Development Fund.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I had Dr. Fred Kyei Asamoah in the studio with me. He's the Director General at the Commission for TVET. Very, very interesting stuff. So Monday, there's a launch at the UPSA from 10. The Education Minister will be there. So, I mean, make it there and see the great things that are happening. Doc, thank you so much for your time. We wish you the very best.